What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Grid, aka Dave Ball from Soft Cell and Richard Norris. We're returning to the album Electric Head, 1990. Thank you again to Kim. And the next track is A Beat Called Love, which immediately makes me think of a heartbeat. Obviously, the idea of emotion, especially romantic love, being located in the heart and being represented by someone's heart pounding or yearning for someone, is a cultural trope that spans global cultures, so I certainly am inclined to think in that direction, but of course a beat could also relate to the beat on the dance floor, two people having some chemistry together, dancing together, so I don't think it will necessarily refer to a beating heart, but that seems an obvious idea to think of. Nevertheless, I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. This is The Grid. The track is A Beat Called Love, and it's from their 1990 album Electric Head. Love that bass line. Bit of a disco feel, yeah.
There's a beat called love that's rockin' nation. Provocative, a total revelation. Live rhyme, booking in a 4/4 time. Talking about a beat that makes my heart skip time.
It is in 4/4 time.
See when you stone cold celebrate, yeah. It'll knock you right over. Slamming like a punch bag, beat non-stop. Fresh cause the moment as the parts run pop. Satisfaction running, better than skipping. Here, there, everywhere, totally omnipotent. Shine so fine like the stars above. Crazy about the rhythm of a beat called love. Beat called love. Beat called love. Beat called love. Wanna feel the beat again.
It's like 90s disco. You can hear some 90s flavor, but
Spaced off your face, you wanna feel it again. Flying through the air like you just don't care. People may stare, but that's their problem.
some acid.
It's like a movie. We're talking about a lot of positive energy. Kisses like a trooper. It's like a juicer. Running like a sun, just a woman to seduce you. Sparks like a fever. Shining like a diva. You want that really true believer. Just one
Fever,
thing,
shining like a diva.
talking about the rhythm of a beat called love. Beat called love. Beat called love. Beat called love. Wanna feel the beat again. Beat called love. Beat called love. Beat called love. Wanna feel the beat again.
Little trumpet action. I like that, like shaking percussion sound and these big sweeps.
Wanna feel the beat again. Beat called love. Beat called love. Beat called love. Wanna feel the beat again.
That's a tune. Like Louis Armstrong on the trumpet here. And some like 90s computer digitized voices. Well, that's a tune. Like, okay, so here on Acid Techno Street, I perhaps am known for doing DJ mixes that have a more underground rave-style acid techno, hardcore, gabber, Goa trance, and so on, but a good disco tune can get my feet moving, can get my head bobbing, and this track would definitely get me on the dance floor. Just in general already, the groovy 4/4 beat, that bass line, very rich, some of the synth work, those little keyboard runs, and then you throw in a more natural instrument element with that trumpet, it takes it already to another level. And as I said, in some ways it sounded like it could be a classic 70s disco tune, but there were certain sonic elements, including those little acid squiggles, not a huge part of the track, but there, if you paid attention to them, that date it to me in a more early 90s way, which again, it's 90s, so obviously it's, transitional 80s to 90s, but it really felt like taking an older style of disco and modernizing it a little bit relative to the 90s. And the vocals were part of that actually with the 90s flavor, meaning it had some of that like trip-hop early 90s feel with those rapid-fire lines and the way she delivered them, very vocally agile. It's not easy to rapid-fire syllables like that and to hit the words correctly. And obviously, in a studio you can do multiple takes till you get it right, but you still have to actually perform it. So I give the singer credit. Obviously, that wasn't Ball or Norris, I'm assuming. It sounded like a female vocal, so I'm curious who that was. But she really hit those lines, a lot of which, I didn't catch them all, but a lot of the lines had some comedy to them and, talking about a beat in 4/4 times, so the idea of a beat called love, I think, could play in multiple ways, but seemed to be most specifically referenced for that beat on the dance floor. You're feeling good, and again, maybe someone's dancing with you and you're vibing with that, you're getting some chemistry, so it seemed like that was the direction it was going. But you could also take it as the idea of being in love with dancing, with music, with being on the dance floor. So yeah, I'd have to hear it again and maybe pick up some more of the lines. But then, again, there were some lines that were like half rhymes and shouting like a diva and so on. So I feel like the musical focus was certainly there in the lines that I caught. And yeah, the trilling, the flourishing, the solo quality of the trumpet playing, I think was just fantastic. So not only do I like that addition as an element, but the particular sound of it, I think, really nailed it. And then, as I said, as it gets to the end, we get a bit of that, I don't know if it was a vocoder, but that like digitized computer-style voice, which, there's some techno tunes from the early 90s that play it with that as well. So it felt in a way of its time, but still groovy as heck and would get my foot tapping, my fist pumping, my head bobbing on a dance floor in 2024. So yeah, shout out to The Grid, shout out to Kim again for sending this. I will try to get through the rest of this album in a slightly more timely fashion. Again, I go through so many deep dives, occasionally some of them slip off longer than I intended, but I thought of Soft Cell recently, and it reminded me that this had been off for a while, so I was meaning to get back to it. Let me know what you think of this particular tune, and I will see you next time. Peace.